an ABC News exclusive. That Serial podcast captivating millions across the country. Well, now the star witness who could break the case wide open, and she is talking only to GMA. Amy, you have the details in this fascinating case.
That's right. Even if you aren't among the millions, like I have been, who've paid attention to this case, you're going to want to listen up. The judge said that the hearing to determine if Adnan Syed will get a new trial garnered more attention than any other proceeding he'd ever seen in his state, and you'll see why when you listen up.
This is a prepaid call from
Adnan Syed.
Adnan Syed's story has captivated millions since the 2014 launch of the podcast Serial, turning listeners into armchair detectives. The series recounts a then 17-year-old Syed's arrest and conviction for the 1999 murder of his high school ex-girlfriend, Heyman Lee. Syed was sentenced to life behind bars, but has always maintained his innocence. His initial attempts to appeal the verdict, unsuccessful.
It is what it is. If someone believes me or not, I have no control over it.
But the now 34-year-old is getting another chance. This week, in a post-conviction relief hearing, Syed's attorney argued that his lawyer at the time of the conviction had been ineffective, arguing she made so many mistakes that his conviction should be overturned.
To not ever contact Asia McClain, to never find out if her story helps or hurts your case, that makes no sense whatsoever. That is not a strategy.
One of those alleged mistakes, highlighted by Serial host Sarah Koenig, was failing to contact a potentially key alibi witness, Asia McClain.
If there was some technicality, something that would prove his innocence, great,
But I think Asia, you might be that technicality.
After hearing her in the podcast, Syed's defense team called McClain to testify during the new hearing. McClain maintaining she was with Syed at the time prosecutors contend he killed Lee.
I was sitting in the library bored to tears, and someone walked in that I knew. I asked him about his breakup with Hay. She was dating someone else, but that he just wanted her to be happy. He didn't seem to be disturbed or angry with her.
This morning, she is speaking out exclusively to ABC News.
The biggest thing to us was setting a good example for our children, leaving a legacy of integrity.
But prosecutors say justice was served 16 years ago. McClain admits she does not have all the answers.
Do I think Adnan killed Hay? Honestly, I couldn't tell you. By coming forward, I hope that I was able to provide enough information to the judge for him to be able to make a rational decision. Whatever that might be is in his hands.
As for Syed, after spending nearly half his life in prison, his attorney says he is thankful for his day in court. Now, the judge did not rule at the end of this 5-day hearing on Tuesday, and there is no timetable yet for when he will issue a ruling, but know that millions are waiting to see what happens. And if you guys haven't listened to this podcast, it is truly fascinating. I whipped through it in a few days.
Pretty gripping right there.
Absolutely. It's fascinating. All right. Thank you so much, Amy.